Hello guys, how we doing? I thought I'd take this time to talk with you guys for a second and tell you a little bit of my experience in the martial arts. I find myself very fortunate and lucky to have met such great masters, instructors, teachers, sifus in the arts growing up. One of my first teachers was Shion Doversola, and I was with him for a little bit over 20 years, training and studying with him. And during that time, in my later years, in the 80s, early 80s when I was with him, late 70s, early 80s, I was also training with, I went to Gene LaBelle's classes over at LACC, where John Saxon was actually in the class, one of the characters from Enter the Dragon. I also had a chance to study with many different instructors in different forms and aspects of Jiu-Jitsu over in Burbank at the park. We used to meet once or twice a week, and man, there was Aiki-Jitsu people, Jiu-Jitsu people, Judo guys, Hapkido, all different arts, and everyone was there in really good spirits, and just there to train and intermix their art and their techniques and to experiment with it. It was really a great time in my life, meeting all those people. And during that time, I was also meeting different Kung Fu masters. One of my friends, Fred Lee, who is a master in Hunga Kung Fu. I also was with Jimmy Wu, Sifu Brao. I was good friends with Ted Tabura. And the list just goes on and on and on and on. I studied Naginata Do with Helen Nakano for a short period of time at the Japanese Cultural Center. Did some fencing. There's so many more instructors, all total maybe, I don't know, over 13 teachers in trying to really do or assemble what I was brought up hearing. And what that means is one of the greatest inspirations to me was Rudy Terlinden, who gave me a breakdown and an understanding of motion and the mechanics of motion and what works and how it works and body structure and so forth. But also, when I was training with Shion Doversola, him and I had a lot of intimate conversations of where the art of okinawa-te actually came from. Now, everybody's interpretation is going to be different from what they heard, from what he said, she said, he said, but I'm not sure. Everybody's going to have their own way. But I feel I actually know the truth of it. And he's actually the one who gave me the, for the lack of a better word, the chutzpah, or the energy to study many different arts. Because at that time, back in the 80s, I was training in Jiu-Jitsu, and I was bringing some of those techniques to the dojo. When I was training with Helen Nakano, and I was learning the Naginata, I was bringing some of those techniques to the dojo. When I was learning and I was seeing techniques from Min Shin Lee on the Dragon and different arts, I was bringing that to the dojo. So a lot of times, him and I would go to Kung Fu Sansu schools, we would go to Shotokan schools, we would go to all different arts, and we would sit down, we would watch them. Especially, his name was Sensei Furuya. He taught Aikido, and we went in a couple of times to watch him, and then Master Furuya said, "Oh, aren't you Okinawa-te, Gordon Doversola?" I remember him getting real red in the face because he was recognized. Even at nighttime, Shion would walk in with his glasses and marine cap on. But what I'm trying to tell you is, guys, is train in a positive vein and try to keep away the negative thoughts from what other people say about other people and other arts. Try and keep an open mind and an open heart and respect all that's out there, because you're going to learn many different styles and systems. The Filipino arts are fantastic. I studied with Felix Valencia and other instructors, and I went over to Cebu and I met Kakoy Kenyente. I met people from Balintawak. Everyone just had a great positive attitude, and the whole idea behind it was to learn and to become. And if there's anything I could say, it would be just grow and become and respect all. I hope I didn't bore you guys with this too much. I just wanted to give you a little background about myself and the arts, and I wish you guys sincerely all the best. Take care.